Real quick, I forgot to mention this earlier in the video, but a big selling point of Bubble for me is parkour. I am a huge fan of parkour. I've loved it ever since I was a little kid. I played the Mirror's Edge video games. I watched the Striders anime with my friends when I was in high school, and I really love parkour. It's just a really cool thing that, although I can't do it myself, I admire the hell out of it. So that was a big selling point for me when I saw the trailer for Bubble. I was like, oh man, this looks like a really cool, well animated movie with a ton of parkour in it. I'm hyped. I have to see it. Now, that's the end of this little prelude to the video because I forgot to put it in the rest of it. So enjoy the rest of the review. Bubble, the new Netflix anime film that is scripted by Gen Urobuchi, the man behind the script for Madoka Magica and creator of Fate Zero, alongside the director Tetsuro Araki, who made most notably Attack on Titan and Death Note. He directed it, I should say. Now, Bubble is really fun, in my opinion. I actually really enjoyed watching this movie. It is phenomenal. As you can see from the visuals I have on screen right now, this movie looks beautiful. The animation is incredible, and Masami, who did the sound direction, is great. All of the music in it is fantastic, and it lines up perfectly with all the incredible animation that Wit Studio did and the direction by Araki. It is a fantastic movie to watch. However, there is one gripe with it. This isn't Urobuchi's best script. Now, something that he's done in the past, like Psycho Pass and Madoka Magica, people know as these marvels in the anime industry, and Madoka Magica as well. You might go into this expecting it to be something on that caliber, that's going to be something you're going to remember forever, that the character is going to be that iconic and it's going to blow you away. That's unfortunately not the case. The script isn't really his best. It feels like he had an incredible concept for a world because the world of Bubble and the premise is incredible. The world of Bubble is basically that these weird bubbles that defy gravity fell from the sky one day all around the world and concentrated into Tokyo, creating this weird bubble area that messed with the gravity. So now it is a dystopian area that is run by these orphan children who lost their parents in a calamity that happened when the bubbles formed around Tokyo. So now they live there and they run around, do cool parkour and play games and live perfectly free, and there are scientists there who are experimenting and trying to learn what the bubbles are, and the kids kind of just do whatever the hell they want. It's kind of a Lord of the Flies-esque situation, but not as crazy or deadly. Now, Urobuchi didn't really do much past that. The characters, although I like them, they're nothing to really write home about and remember, and the emotional beats of the movie may or may not hit you depending on how easily you can connect with, writing that isn't top notch. And that's a little bit of a shame because I was really hoping that all around this movie would have just been like something to cement in anime history, but it is able to cement in anime history, just not from that aspect. 2/3 of this movie are perfection. The direction and the animation, and, well, I should say 3/4 of this because the soundtrack, as I mentioned before, is fantastic. I am a huge fan of the band Eve ever since I saw a short film that they made. The music for the opening, if I remember correctly, I do not remember. It was just like something arm. If I remember it, I'll put it on screen for you to see over my ramblings right now. But yeah, they did the opening for that, and that's put me onto them as a band, and I follow them on YouTube, listen to their music, and I think they're great. I love them, and now that they're doing this, and they did the opening for Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm really happy that they're getting the recognition that they deserve, because I think they're really cool. So when I heard they were going to be doing the opening for this, I was extremely happy, and then all the other music in this is also incredible. So 3/4 of this film are absolutely fantastic. The writing is the only thing that isn't that great, but that doesn't stop me from enjoying this movie in the slightest bit. I think if you go into this with the mindset of you're going to watch something really cool and not like get something that's really going to hook you emotionally, then I think you can enjoy this movie very well. Now, some people who have seen all of my reviews, which I highly doubt anyone has done that so far, you probably heard me say in a couple of videos ago when I reviewed The Secrets of Dumbledore that everything in The Secrets of Dumbledore was really good except for the writing, and that killed the entire movie. And I'm a little bit of a hypocrite on that, but I'm going to explain why. The Secrets of Dumbledore didn't work because that movie relied on its writing to engage you in the story. Bubble, on the other hand, felt like these legends in the anime industry got together and was like, hey, let's make something that looks really cool. And that's exactly what they did. And they were like, okay, well, we need a reason for this stuff to happen. So then Gen Urobuchi wrote the script that promoted these things to happen. That's what it feels like. It feels like everybody was just like, hey, I want to make something that looks cool, sounds cool, it's a feel-good movie, everyone's going to love it. And then it's like, okay, but we need an excuse for having these things happen. Hey, the kids are going to be able to jump with like weird water jet shoes. We need a reason for that to happen. Again, can you help us out? And he's like, yeah, sure. That's what it feels like. It feels like they just sat down and were like, we're going to make something cool. Let me just add in these reasons for the stuff to happen. And I'm perfectly fine with that because it's the rule of cool, in my honest opinion. There are certain things that are style over substance that work, and other things that are style over substance that don't. And I feel like these two movies perfectly admit that, because Secrets of Dumbledore is a movie where its substance mattered more than the style, and that's why it failed. Meanwhile, Bubble, the style is what mattered the most, and that's what carries this entire movie and makes it extremely enjoyable. So that being said, if Bubble was in theaters, you know, actually not. If Bubble was in theaters, I would definitely have to see it again. I'm trying to work this as my reviewing system. It's, you know, for those who don't know, my chart is going to be based off of like if I would see the movie again in theaters, and that would be, would I see it again, would be my highest rating. Then I would only see it once, and then obviously I would never want to see this movie ever again. That's the system I'm trying to go with, you know. But as of right now, if this was in theaters, I would definitely have to check it out again, because I would love to see this movie visually in theaters again. And that really about wraps this up. So if you do want to check out Bubble, it is currently on Netflix. You can stream it. It's only like an hour and 41 minutes, so you'll have a good time, and a little less if you skip the opening and the ending credits. But I don't recommend that because, like I said, music, beautiful. So anyway, that'll be the end of this review. I am the Innocent Villain, and remember, folks, you're innocent until proven villainous. And thank my thumbnail artist for always keeping me up with these fresh thumbnails, because I sure as hell can't do it.